Welcome to Good or What, the show we talk about movies and whether they suck or not. Matt, what is our first film this time around?
Ernest, we start with The Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay, I'm hyped. Let's watch a clip.
Mr. Hanna, what can I bring for you on this glorious afternoon?
Well, Hector, here's the game plan. You're gonna bring us 2 absolute martinis. You know how I like them, straight up. And then precisely 7½ minutes after that, you're gonna bring us 2 more. Then 2 more after that, every 5 minutes until one of us passes out.
Excellent strategy, sir.
I'm good with water for now, though. Thank you.
It's his first day on Wall Street. Give him time.
Okay. I have unrealistically high expectations for this movie. I will tell you that right now. Am I wrong?
First, why are they high and why are they unrealistically high?
Because I'm familiar with the source material. I remember reading this book when it came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a little too much, but you figure he was just being dramatic. Also, it's Scorsese, it's DiCaprio. Obviously, that team has become kind of a preeminent, Oscar bait kind of candidate thing. So, let me know, Matt.
Ernest, this is a movie that is both a lot and also not very much. As you know from reading the book, this is the story of Jordan Belfort, a real stockbroker who pretty much said, I'm going to make it all about me.
Yep.
I'm going to make as much money as I can. Don't really care who I screw over.
Nope.
Friends, clients, whatever.
Yeah.
And The Wolf of Wall Street is 3 hours of Jordan, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, doing exactly that.
It's 3 hours
It is
long?
3 hours long. And I wouldn't say it's difficult to get through because a lot of it moves and feels entertaining because it's easy to watch debauchery on screen.
For sure.
A lot of it.
Oh.
But the movie doesn't really have anything to say about it because we don't have any emotional stakes most of the time.
Okay.
He doesn't care about anyone that's falling in his wake. We don't really get to see comeuppance with the clients. I mean, it's okay if the movie is all about Jordan and we don't need like people banging on his door, why'd you lose all my money?
Right.
But it still is strange that we never see any consequences.
Yeah.
And even the stuff with his colleagues and friends and stuff, like there needs to be some kind of rooting interest. If it's just like, okay, this guy who only cared about himself and money did all this stuff and eventually, I would not call this a spoiler alert, paid the price to an extent.
Right.
Like, big surprise. I think DiCaprio is really funny in this movie, but it's also kind of a loud performance. And I don't see, tell me if you disagree based on reading the book, I didn't see Jordan as this like fascinating, tragic character.
No.
He was rich and arrogant, but I didn't really care.
He has a flair for the dramatic in the book, and I can kind of see that being, enacted on screen. And so maybe that's, I don't know, I obviously haven't seen it yet, but source material might lend him to make this performance bigger because of the exaggerations that take place in the book. I don't know. 3 hours, though. What? That's a long movie for this kind of book. The book wasn't even 300 pages. It might be, but I don't remember. But anyway, Matt Pais, The Wolf of Wall Street, good or what?
Ernest, The Wolf of Wall Street is pretty entertaining, but it's also pretty empty.
Ooh.
So I'm going to say it's a what?
Yikes. You hate to see those. All right, Matt, what's our second film?
Our second movie is Her.
Okay. Let's see a clip.
Earlier I was thinking about how I was annoyed, and this is going to sound strange, but I was really excited about that. And then I was thinking about the other things I've been feeling, and I caught myself feeling proud of that, proud of having my own feelings about the world, like the times I was worried about you, and things that hurt me, things I want. And then I had this terrible thought. Like, are these feelings even real? Or are they just programming? And that idea really hurts. And then I get angry at myself for even having pain. Oh, what a sad trick.
You feel real to me, Samantha.
Thank you, Theodore. That means a lot to me.
That movie looks good, Matt. It looks good. It looks good. It just looks good.
That's all we need to say, right?
It looks good. But no, okay. Tell us a little bit about it.
Ernest, you know how stingy I am with 4-star reviews.
Yes.
This is one of the very few in 2013 that gets 4 stars for me.
No way.
It's number 4 on my top 10 list of the year.
Okay.
I love this movie. Written and directed by Spike Jonze.
The man.
Joaquin Phoenix plays a guy who falls in love with his operating system, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. But this is much more than just Siri. I mean, it's essentially a person,
Right.
but inside of a computer.
Right.
Of course, this program is much more advanced than anything we have now. But needless to say, Jones does not take this to any type of place that is, you know...
RoboCop territory?
It's definitely not comparable to RoboCop, but you can also see how this concept could become just absurd or cheap or crass, or when you start to think of all the ways that people in real life might deal with this situation, it would be different. But this... It almost seems superficial to just generalize and say that this is a story about technology and our society these days and the lack of connection, because that has become both an off-screen and on-screen cliche to talk about. Like, no kidding, people are attached to their phones and no one actually interacts in person anymore.
Right.
Wow, what a profound statement. But Spike Jonze finds a way to say what has been said before in a new, funny, and really sad way.
Well, you basically just put it on a T for us, but I have to do my due diligence and ask. Matt Pais, Her. Good or what?
Ernest, Her is great.
Yes.
Joaquin Phoenix is phenomenal in this movie. And Johansson, I mean, you don't see really, really good voiceover performances like this. Creating a character without ever being on screen just doesn't happen that often. She's fantastic. I cannot recommend this highly enough.
Okay, I'm trying to think of other movies you gave 4 stars to, like Soul Plane. What was it?
Soul Plane 2.
Soul Plane 2, Soul
straight to
Heart.
DVD.
Yeah, the straight to DVD version.
I'm just a big Soul Plane fan. What can I say? and Her, very reminiscent of
Soul Plane. Oh, man.
Put that on the poster.
Yeah. Please don't do that. All right, folks. This wraps up another edition of Good or What. Is this our last Good or What of the year?
This is it for 2013.
Oh, my God. Thank you all for being with us this entire time. We really appreciate you watching. You know, I love doing this. Matt, how do you feel? All right. Well, there you have it. We'll see you in 2014. My name is Ernest Wilkins.
I'm Matt Pais. See you in the future.